Hello, this is Dr. Peter Francis, and today we're going to talk about test-taking strategies. Many students study their lessons and are confident in what they've learned, but get nervous and make mistakes during test time. Here are some tips and strategies to help you make the most out of every test. First, be prepared. One of the best ways to avoid test anxiety is to be properly prepared for the exam. In addition to studying, you need to go into the test rested and fueled up. Consciously set aside any personal or work-related stress before the test starts. Next, identify questions ahead of time that might give you trouble. If there is something in your lessons that you aren't quite sure about, spend a little extra time studying that subject. I know it sounds simplistic, but spend less time on topics you already know and more time on those that you don't. Next, when you're taking the test, answer the questions in your mind before you read the options. For a multiple choice test, read the whole question, then think about what you think the answer is. Once you have answered it in your head, read the answer options and see if your answer is there. If it is, this will help you be confident that you are choosing the correct answer. If not, that's okay. You have a starting point to work from. Go through each option and figure out why one of them is more correct than your idea. The next thing is to read every answer option. One of the most common mistakes that students make during a multiple choice test is choosing the first answer that pops out for them without reading all of the options. Many times there are two similar answers or one answer that could seem correct until you read the better option. Read and think about all the options before you choose one. Next, look in your notes and lessons. One of the benefits of learning at Penn Foster is you can have a tab open with your lessons from Penn Foster and a tab open with your exam. You can go and reread sections of your reading assignments or look at example questions to make sure that your answers are correct. You can even leave the exam and come back later if you realize you need to spend more time studying to understand the lesson before you complete the exam. Another thing you're going to want to do is always eliminate answers that are obviously false. If you aren't sure of the right answer, you can always at least eliminate one or two options that you know are wrong. There's no way to remove them from the screen, but you can write in a notebook to show the remaining possibilities without the options you've eliminated. Mark questions you might want to review later is another technique. If you don't know a question and you aren't sure if your answer is right, Penn Foster's exams allow you to mark a question for review and move on to the next ones, and then at the end, come back to the questions you weren't sure about. Another thing you will always want to do is trust yourself. Sometimes your brain may try to sabotage itself by filling your mind with negative thoughts or self-doubt. If this happens, take a deep breath and refocus. Remind yourself of all of the prep work you put into this, and remind yourself that you only need to deal with one question at a time. You can totally do this. As Dr. Spock said, trust yourself, you know more than you think you do. Another thing is to check in with yourself during the exam. From time to time, take a few moments to do some deep breathing and refocus on positive thoughts. One of the best ways to do this is close your eyes, clear your mind, and take 10 deep breaths. Doing so will help you slow your heart rate and bring your mind back into focus. It is a simple process that can really help. If you would like to talk to someone about prepping for tests, studying effectively, or the challenges you may face in school, don't ever hesitate to reach out to one of our success coaches. They're there to help.